Frank here with Wrench Nation, California Power Sports Expo. Boy, oh boy, get your hobby on. I know a lot of you grind during the week. You got to keep a balance and get your RC on or your off-road on for sure. Luis DeFrancesco, I may have butchered the name with Radio Control Car Auction. Of course, RCX Car Show. You've been in the RC industry for quite some time with some great magazine platforms as sort of the go-to, as you guys can see. How'd you get started in this?
Well, you know, my lineage is street rods and hot rods, so that, you know, it was a natural progression to get into RC back in the 80s, and that's when all the markets, RC really started to come of age. The technology was advancing, barriers to entry were coming down, and, you know, RC became available to everybody. And being a past gearhead, you know, I was very attracted to it. You know, the power, speed, the fun, and, you know, the rest is history. And, you know, today at the RCX show, that's what it's all about. That's the formula. You know, bringing the passion of full-scale automotive performance and engineering to radio control.
Oh, and so real. I mean, I went to several of these booths, and I mean, we laughed off air here. I mean, you can take a picture of one of these RC platforms, put it on Instagram, and someone would be like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's a $200,000 rig." I mean, they're so real. Like, have you seen that transform over the years? I mean, if you go back in time, the attention to detail is incredible on these.
Yeah. Well, scale is really big now, more than ever, especially with the off-road component, the street component. You know, people like scale realism. They love the detail. You know, they love to trick out their rigs, personalize their rides to make them look very either personalized or full scale.
Yeah, and the performance aspect of sort of rock crawling and all those kind of things. What advancements have you seen over the last, say, 20, 30 years? Suspension. Let's go with suspension. I mean, how far have we come with the RC scale suspension-wise?
Yeah. You know, I think the long and short of that, it's very full-scale like. You know, the suspension engineering, the tolerances are so much more precision. You know, the springs, the shocks, everything. It just all mimics full scale. And you get the same kind of performance results today in your RC ride that you would in a full scale, a real vehicle. And that really brings so much excitement and fun to this.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we all like to tinker, and why not tinker with our RC? Now, electrification. I'm going to bring this up. I'm not quite going e-Formula Europe, but it's out there in the industry, the conventional automotive industry. Electrification for RC. I mean, where do you see the future going?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been a revolution, of course, with the lithium batteries, with all the, you know, all the associated technologies and, you know, battery performance, you know, battery storage, speed controls, you know, electronic throttles. I mean, you name it. I mean, here again, the performance factor, the bar just continually raises. Not only with the motors and chassis, but also the radio electronics themselves. And, of course, everything is managed through your app today. So that makes...
oh, yeah. I mean, everything is app-related. And, you know, it's amazing to see the technology. So this has been going on for many years. Of course, we're going to get some B-roll shot of the magazine. You guys can get all things related to RC gear that's here. Not only that, but the model airplane industry is here.
That's the whole, you know, the whole RC aircraft market is served. You know, drones, fixed-wing airplanes, helicopters. You know, anything that flies RC, we serve in the magazine.
Of course, the die-cast collectors.
Yeah.
You guys can see that. We'll have some B-roll of that. Some lowrider action. We saw some earlier on the floor. We did the lowrider super show in Arizona.
Yeah, real popular in RC.
Oh, big time.
Hey, if it's popular in real automotive, it's popular in RC.
Anything that you can reproduce, for sure. So where will you be here in the next few months? Where can folks follow up with you? Any other shows?
Well, you can find us on all the social media. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. We got really large, engaged audiences there. You know, all our brands are available on the newsstand or digitally. You know, Car Action, by the way, is celebrating its 36th year, and this RCX show is now in its 15th year.
Congratulations. That's a hand bump.
Yeah.
That's, So you truly have seen some changes. We talked about some of the technology and stuff, but what about the audience? I mean, some would say like, oh, this is, my dad used to do this. That's not the case.
Yeah, no. You know, it's for everybody, and what we're seeing now, especially when you walk the show floor here, you see so many off-road rigs, campers. You see all these associated markets that really have merged with radio control.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the passion with those other interests, you know, converge on radio control.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, with camping, people have found that, you know, you can bring your RC rig when you at the camp, when you're out camping, and just have a blast.
Yeah, we need to have a
You know?
blast in life. I mean,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
last 2 years, the way it's been. Louis DeFrancesco, thank you for joining
Yeah,
Radio
Frank.
Control Car Action.
Yeah.
You guys will have the links down in show notes. Pick up a magazine. It's all things resource for radio control. You name it, whatever's on wheels, on water, in the air, radio controlled, in order to meet. And RCX show, if you missed it this year, get online. I'll have the links, and you can catch a show near you. So thank you so much for joining Wrench Nation.
Frank, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.